Harris didn't want to talk about marijuana. Our video of the day comes to us from Joe Rogan, who says Kamala Harris had multiple demands before appearing on his podcast. Among them, no talking about weed. Here he is describing her campaign team. Roll it, Clive.
Her campaign was kind of chaotic. Like, no one could make a decision. They had, I don't know how many conversations with my folks.
Right.
But multiple conversations, giving different dates, different times, different this, different that. And we knew that she was going to be in Texas. So I said, open invitation. I think they had requirements on things that she didn't want to talk about. She didn't want to talk about marijuana legalization, which I thought was hilarious.
Why?
Because of her prosecuting record. She put a lot of people in jail for weed.
So, Tyrus, this is like coming on my show and refusing to make poop jokes.
There's actually a line for that. No, I think Joe Rogan misread. There was no talking.
Yeah.
Smoke them if you got them. You smoke some weed, but there'll be no talking. We're just going to sit and look at each other, and at some point, she's going to remind you that she's from the middle class.
Yeah.
And, you know, that she was a prosecutor, but yet we never heard her record. Or even a picture or an artist rendering of her doing a cross-examination.
No, there's nothing.
Nothing ever. So there's nothing worse than going on. Because Joe wasn't always Joe. He was a struggling actor, comedian, trying to find his way, you know, seen some probably made some bad choices. So he's probably going to ask some real questions. And that's the last thing that she would want to do, is have a real conversation with someone, because all of her stories are manufactured. Like some of the that she would come up with. Like her mom was like, "Hey, what, did you just fall out of a coconut tree?" And it was like, "You're in LA. Even if you did, a coconut tree's not that tall. They lean off to the side. You know, like literally you can just walk up and pull one out of there. You know, like." She was just she lied about everything. So there's no way she could go on that show.
Jim, it wasn't about that issue. It was about every issue. She can't handle a follow-up question.
Well, it would have been cool if she went on Rogan and she did get stoned, and then maybe she would have revealed something even bigger, like, listen, I didn't want to run for president. I didn't want anything to do with this. I just wanted to collect some cash, but the cabal runs me. That's another whole podcast show we got to get into.
You know, Emily, do you think that this demand was a poison pill, that they just wanted Rogan to say she like, you have to come see us? That way they could get out of it.
But the thing is, they were in Texas.
Yeah.
So there was no way that there was no way that was believable. Remember when everyone freaked out because Mariah Carey asked for blue M&Ms? Like, this was supposed to be the president, she claimed. We were supposed to forgive a commander-in-chief for not being able to host someone in an interview for longer than 60 minutes, for demanding a topic is off the table, a topic that she put men in jail for, and also changed her mind then publicly and refuses to answer why. And we're supposed to trust her with Putin, with Kim Jong-un? Like, she can't even handle one question about her record, and we were supposed to give her a vote. Well, now we've shown her the door, and that's all she deserves.
Yeah, you know, Kat, you were the first person to say that her Achilles heel was a follow-up question, that no one has ever done that, and that's why she couldn't do Rogan.
She really wanted to say, okay, there's just one question that we don't want him to ask her, which is, what do you mean by that?
Yes.
I mean, it's just crazy. I don't know. I mean, it's not it's just such an interesting, I guess, insight into the mind of the campaign, though. Like, you think that's the thing that's going to tank this campaign?
Yeah.
If she talks about weed, that'll make the difference. She can't, but we can't let her do that.
Yes.
Then she might look like she doesn't know what's going on. You know, then she might say something crazy. I mean, this could have maybe humanized her somewhere in these 3 hours, because when you're there for 3 hours, you have no choice but to be a real person. You can't just sit there and have like your prepared list of talking points that you're going to go through, because it's a hang.
Yeah.
And who knows if everyone assumes it would have been bad. maybe it would have been bad. We don't know that because we've not only never seen her do Rogan, we've never seen her in a situation like that at all, really, ever. It's always a short,
we don't know,
often curated sort of thing. Maybe she's funny.
Yeah.
You know, like we don't really know anything about her at all. And I think that's when people saw Trump on there, they're like, oh, like he's not, doesn't sound Hitler to me. Like they got to get to know him for 3 hours.
Well, we'll probably find out when she ends up on like Real Housewives of Oakland.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.